Jonah Hill made a movie on psychiatrist Phil Stutz.
At that moment, you're gonna face Part X. It wants to fuck up your shit.
This is a man with an unorthodox approach to therapy.
Part X is such a major part of understanding how your tools work.
Tools that will help us overcome the three aspects of reality that Part X inflicts on our minds. And everyone has to live within these aspects no matter what.
We need the negativity of Part X or else we don't grow.
So I'm going to give you 3 tools, but first we need to understand what Part X even is in the first place. Part X is the term that Stutz came up with to explain the part of you that makes you believe that you are constantly the worst version of yourself. Sometimes we run into a situation and we feel as if we should get an adult, even if we are already an adult. Jonah struggled with a lot of weight issues growing up, which took a toll on his confidence. And you would think that even after losing his weight and having the success that he has, that this shame that he has towards the shadow part that he hides from the world would have faded away by now. It didn't. Stutz refers to this as a snapshot, one of the many illusions that Part X inflicts on your mind. In my experience, that's how I deal with the pain and embarrassment of my past. Thinking that there exists this perfect moment that I can live in, that I won't feel those negative emotions ever again. Although without putting in the necessary work to learn how to accept my shadow, whenever I get closer to that snapshot, I just feel as if I'm just an imposter to success that I have got along the way. Instead of romanticizing that there exists this one moment that will free you from the pain of the past. The actual solution is to just activate your life force. Because once you're able to activate that type of powerful energy, you're able to point it in any direction you want. This can be done through anything you find meaningful, whether that's learning a skill, start a hobby. Although when you have absolutely no idea where to start, activate your life force through exercise. Move your body and your mind will follow. This is what Jonah did. The thing is, Jonah got this snapshot and thinking all this pain of the insecure that came with the weight would just fade away. It actually turned out that people brought up that version of himself even more.
Are you the fat guy in Hollywood still?
Do you have any other questions that are smart?
And even still, he was never able to escape from his shadow. The idea of accepting this part of ourselves is very hard.
Yeah, it'll be hard for the rest of your life.
Everyone's got shadows. Mine's different from yours, but similar in the way where it's just the part of myself that I'm ashamed of. Activating your life force is only the first step. You're just not going to be guaranteed peace just doing this on its own. Because for you to face not knowing if the work that you do on yourself will ever pay off, it's going to require another tool called loss processing. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You're going to learn how to process loss better, because in the process of losing time or money when you're working on your body, the project, or a business, and even if you have nothing to show for it during that time, using this tool, you can take these losses and turn them into lessons for when you try again. Most of us are fucking terrible at this, because even before there's a loss, we're worrying about a loss that's about to happen. Overcoming this requires some degree of non-attachment to the outcome, meaning you would be willing to pursue something while accepting that you might never get it. I spend hours writing these videos, infatuated with the idea that it's only gonna take one video to change my life. So after spending nearly 20 hours scripting, writing, filming, editing, each time the video that I thought would be that video, it isn't. And I'm back to where I am, having to run through this process all over again.
Yeah, and moving forward. The winner is not the one who always makes the best decisions or looks the best. The winner is the one who works that cycle.
As a matter of fact, this is my second time filming this because I fucked up the audio on the first run. Focusing on what you're doing instead of what you're getting puts you in a position to be a worthy opponent in the eyes of Part X. You don't need motivation, you don't need any results. Once you've been in the fight long enough, you start to trust yourself to do the work even when you don't feel like it.
Schmuck, take action no matter how frightened you are.
True confidence is living in uncertainty.
Because the best way to face the unknown is through radical acceptance. I'm insane enough to run this process over and over again. And I use this tool to overcome that feeling of entitlement when I'm not instantly reciprocated for my efforts. I can look at things objectively to understand that this idea of this one video is a mirage. A snapshot. Instead of making videos with the intent of a viral hit, I just start with the basics by just making a video. Like, the video needs to be made before it can be seen. I lived in a reality where for almost 2 years, the only question I aimed to answer was how can I make videos twice a month while working full time? After working that cycle long enough, I finally achieved that, and the question evolved into figuring out how can I make those videos better for you guys. Each reality you reach brings on a more difficult question, and you really only have to funnel your focus on figuring out how to answer that one question, which if you're very early on in your journey and building that business, find that relationship, or building your career, is a very underwhelming answer. I always thought that there was some magic solution that people ahead of me were hiding from me, but being ahead of who I was 3 years ago, I'm telling you right now, there is no magic trick. There is only constant work, and I just work that framework. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is progress, and progress means fucking up on the way. Part X is here to stay, and we're gonna have to slowly learn to love the worst parts of ourselves. There's probably even a part of it telling you right now that it's hopeless to even try again. It's also the part of you that pushes you to grow if you're up for the challenge. And thank you so much for watching. I have some more free content on my email list if you're interested in this type of stuff. Anyways, have a good day or night. I don't know what time you're watching this at. See ya. Bye-bye.